So last video we talked about a guy who apparently got trampled by some cows after trying to have intercourse with one of the young cows. Yeah, I'll link that video in the description or in the comments somewhere. Today we have a story about a guy who apparently got caught doing some adult slash inappropriate things with a playground rocking horse. Yeah. So these are playground rocking horses. Now in my head I kind of had an idea of what these were. It's just that it's been a while since I've been to a playground because I'm a grown man with no kids. I don't really have any good reason to be at a playground. If you're a grown person with no kids, yeah, I hope you don't necessarily frequent playgrounds either, unless you got like, I don't know, nieces or nephews or something. But yeah, man, yeah, these are our playground rocking horses. Now I'll be honest, like looking at these, I don't think there's any way that this guy could penetrate one of these horses. Just based on how these are built. So I think we're gonna take like traditional penetration off the table, right? But I feel like that leaves us with a lot of weird options, you feel me? Because it's like, all right, what exactly did this guy do to these horses, bro? You feel me? Now I'm gonna take a wild guess. Like, I feel like the most likely thing that he did, I feel like he was probably just walking around the playground like beating his shit and just leaving hella residue like on the horse. I think the title said one horse. So yeah, I think he probably just like beat off on a horse, bro, on a playground rocking horse. Yeah, I feel like I gotta say playground rocking horse because that sounds way different than a guy beating off on a horse. So yeah, man. Hopefully we get a lot more like dirty details in terms of like what this guy actually did. Should be interesting. If you guys are enjoying the content, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I would highly appreciate it. And yeah, man, let's get into this article and see what this guy did exactly, bro. Team performed vile S act on playground rocking horse that had to be professionally cleaned. All right, the fact that they said professionally clean, bro, like I don't know what professionally clean entails, but yeah, I'm thinking this guy must have he must have left a lot of man juice on this horse, bro. I'm thinking like professionally clean, like they had fucking hazmat suits for like pressure washers and shit. The court heard the playground rocking horse owned by Hartlepool Borough Council had to be professionally cleaned after the horrific ordeal it was put through. Bro, why are they talking like it's an actual horse? Shit. Okay, so here's the guy. Here's the guy that was beaten off on a playground rocking horse. Yeah, I can see it, man. Like I said in the other few videos, man, I always like to put a face to these diabolical deeds, bro, just to see like what type of person would do something like this. Like what is a person, someone who does something like this, like what do they look like? You feel me? So this is our answer, bro. I mean, we got a little receding hairline right here. But I'll be honest, what is it, Callum Green? Yeah, Callum, I feel like he could still do better than a playground rocking horse, bro. Like, bro, I feel like, yeah, you got a little receding hairline and shit. I feel like he's not fully, what they say, chopped. He's not fully chopped, right? Like, yeah, he could definitely do better than a playground rocking horse, bro. Callum Green was found guilty of outraging public decency. Okay. A twisted teen who performed, so it says teen, bro, but I'm thinking he's an adult because they got his name on here. Well, like a legal adult, you feel me? A twisted teen who performed a vile S act on a playground rocking horse is facing jail time. Damn. I was thinking at a playground, bro, yeah, he might get a few charges like public indecency. And then, like, bro, a playground is like a lot of kids go there. So he might get hit with, what is it? Like, PDF crimes and all that type shit. Yeah. Callum Green, 19 years, so he's an adult legally, was caught on CCTV, bruh. So somebody actually saw this shit went down. There's video proof of this shit going down. Okay. Inserting parts. Wait a minute. Callum Green was caught on CCTV inserting parts of the children's ride inside himself. Yeah, my guess was wrong. My guess about him going around beating off. Yeah, I was I was completely off. Hold up, man. Callum Green was caught on CCTV inserting parts of the children's ride inside himself. What part of the horse did he put inside himself? Hold on, man. What? I'm assuming they're talking about like his anus, but like what part of these is going inside like a man's butt, dog? Nah, son, they got low key they gotta release the video, bro. What the fuck? Oh shit. In the playground of Burn Valley Gardens, Hartlepool County, Durham, on the morning of October 19th, 2024. Oh, so this is last year. Okay. Like literally a year ago. Teesside Magistrates Court. That sounds fancy as hell. Why UK shit always sound fancy, bro? For no reason. Heard he also broke off a tree branch, which he used to penetrate himself with while sitting on a park bench. I feel like we gotta read that one more time, bro. They heard that he also broke off a tree branch, which he used to penetrate himself while sitting on a park bench. Can you imagine being the security guard or whatever, watching this like security footage and randomly seeing a guy sitting on a bench, putting a tree branch inside of himself? Like, can you imagine? Like, you just at your little desk eating your chips or whatever. Like, nothing's happening really. It's probably like a boring ass job. Then you look at camera 3 and homeboy's literally sitting on a bench, putting a tree branch inside of himself, bruh. That's nasty work, Callum. Nasty work, bro. Oh man. While sitting on a park, Green was found guilty of outraging public decency. Yeah, I would say that's a little bit outrageous. The charge read out in court stated, you, in a public place, committed an act outraging public decency by behaving in an indecent manner, namely inserting parts of a rocking horse. We still got to get, like, what part of the horse did he put inside of himself, bro? I really want to know that. Like, what part of the horse went inside of him, bro? Inside yourself whilst masturbating, then pulled a branch off a tree and penetrated yourself. So we got details right here of what exactly went down. So homeboy was beating it. I want to make sure the mic's working for this shit. So homeboy was beating it while putting part of a rocking horse inside of himself. I'm assuming his anus. And then after he finished doing that, he walked over to a bench, sat down, broke off a tree branch. He probably broke off the tree branch before he sat down, and then proceeded to penetrate himself with a tree branch. You don't even need fiction when you have real life, bro. Swear to God, bro. All right, bro. All right, man. I think this may. Why did they blur out the eyes of the rocking horse? What is that? What does that do, bro? What the fuck? I ain't gonna lie. So I'm assuming this is the horse, though. The rocking horse had to be professionally clean. Oh no, it says stock image. Never mind, stock image. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was the actual horse that was. I was about to say, like, bro, what part of this horse is going inside of a 19-year-old man? 19-year-old kid. Like, bro. Police were first alerted to the incident at 6:30 a.m. on October 19th last year after the S Act was captured on local CCTV. Prosecutor Ann Mitchell said Green also used a tree branch as part of the act while sitting on a bench outside of the park. Oh, so he did the horse thing inside the park, then dipped, and I guess like was on the outskirts of the park, and then did all the tree butt stuff. God damn, Callum. Green, who had no previous convictions, was arrested by officers on Rydell Street, but chose not to reply when questioned. Defense solicitor, I'm guessing that's his lawyer, Tyler Plunkett, cited case law from 2007 claiming it needed to be proven that the offense was likely to be seen by two people that were present at the scene, even if they did not see it. God damn, he got a hell of a lawyer, huh? He really trying to nitpick. Mr. Plunkett claimed that observing the act on CCTV did not, however, amount to being present, he said. If I watch the Formula One in my living room, I am not actually present, and to suggest anything other than that is absurd. I ain't gonna lie. I think the lawyer is lawyering. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm not trying to defend bro though, but yeah, fuck bro. Cause bro, he didn't even clean that shit. Like that's kids go to that shit, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, let me finish the article, bro. District Judge Helen Cousins dismissed the argument. She said, times have changed since 2007, and watching on a live feed does amount to being present. Damn, the judge ain't fucking with that shit. Yeah, the lawyer might be fucked, bro. The case was heard at Teesside Magistrates Court. Shit sounds so fancy, bro. I therefore reject your submission and find the offense proven. Green pleaded guilty to criminal damage relating to the children's playground on the same date. The court heard the rocking horse owned by the Hartlepool Borough Council had to be professionally cleaned. Green of Hartlepool was bailed on condition he does not enter Burn Valley Gardens or any other playground in Cleveland. They got a Cleveland out in England type shit. He faces up to 6 months in prison when he is sentenced on November 14th. Damn, I feel like I should read the article about, maybe we'll do another video about like after he got sentenced and shit. Is that the end? God damn. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I was way off about bro beating off in a park and like leaving residue. Nah, son. So I wonder if Callum's gay. Cause it sounded like he was doing a lot of self-penetration. And I guess I associate that with the gay lifestyle. So I'm assuming Callum is gay. I don't know. It didn't say anything about sexuality, but I was way off, bro. My man put some part of a playground rocking horse inside of himself while he was beating this shit. So I did get that part right. He was beating this shit. But so then after he finished doing that, walked over to he probably found a tree first, then walked over to some bench and then started like putting the tree branch inside of himself, which is kind of weird. If he's sitting on the bench, how is he? Okay, let's get detailed real quick before we end this off. If you're sitting on the bench, your bunghole is kind of like covered, right? So you can't really get the tree branch into that hole. Maybe I'm still going to assume he was putting it inside of his butt. So I'm thinking maybe he was like planking on the bench, like laying chest first on the bench and then kind of like hitting it from the back type of thing. That's the only logical way I can see a guy sitting on a bench doing that. Maybe you guys can leave some comments down below and tell me, how do you think he pulled that one off? Because I have no idea. Yeah, Callum, nasty work, Callum. Like I said, that's crazy, bro. Like kids go there and can you imagine going to, like, your kid goes up to one of these and is riding the playground rocking horse that Callum just used to penetrate himself with? Like, your kid may have been on that same rocking horse, bro. Nasty work, Callum. Yeah, I feel like he should get some time for that, bro. I feel like I would feel better if he cleaned it after he left, but they said they didn't say anything about him bringing cleaning supplies and, like, cleaning it up after he was finished. But I feel like if he did that, I feel like I would have had a little more lenience. But nah, fuck Callum, bro. Yeah. If you guys stuck all the way to the end, I appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying these stories and the content, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I would highly appreciate it. Yeah, man, I gotta get a haircut. I feel like I'm stuttering a lot. I gotta get a haircut because I got a wedding to go to tomorrow. So yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see y'all later. Peace.